Hello guys and welcome. I am Ahmed Adel and this is Cost Engineering Professional. In this video we will be discussing the terms of payment for construction projects. If this is your first time visiting our channel, please consider subscribing to the channel, turning on notification, like, share, show us love guys because we love you so much. And with this, let's get into the video. Alright, what we are going to be explaining here is what are the terms of payment that can be agreed for purchases and subcontract works. We'll talk about the advance payment, we'll talk about the payment upon delivery, progress payments, payment application, payment certificate, performance bond, retention, and delay penalty. So these are all terms related to payment. But before we start, what are the terms of payment? What is the definition of terms of payment? Payment terms are contractual provisions that establish rules for when and how payment for goods or services supplied under a contract or purchase order must be made. When do we make the payment and how do we make the payment? So these are the terms of payment. So terms of payment outlines how, when, and by what method the buyer will provide payments to the seller. And this is what we'll be seeing right now. So payment terms. First of all, we have something that is called advance payment. What is advance payment exactly? Advance payment is a type of payment made ahead of its normal schedule, and we will get into this in details. But this is a payment that it is made ahead of its normal schedule. Progress payments are partial payments made after the completion of a predefined stage of work. Like when you complete a certain percentage of work or a predefined stage of work, when you reach a specific milestone, you deserve a progress payment for reaching that milestone or completing this much of works. Certification time is the time required to certify and approve the payment, because when you do some scope of work or reach some milestone as we discussed, then you submit your payment and you want to get paid, you need the money. So whoever is going to give you the money wants to make sure that you have actually done the works that you were required to do in order to get these payments. So this is what we call here the certification time. He needs some time to certify and approve your payment, then you will get paid. Okay, now let's talk about these two things because these are very important terminologies when it comes to payment. We have the CDC and we have the PDC. A CDC stands for current dated check, and it's a bank check. All of you know that check, but the thing is, as soon as you hold the check in hand, you can go and immediately deposit it into your bank account, which means it's a check of today's date. Like you are getting a check today and the date on the check is for today also, so immediately you can go to the bank and deposit the check and get your money. But what is a PDC? A PDC is a post-dated check, and this check, it can be deposited only in the future, drawn with a date which is after the date on which check was written. So for example, I am giving you a check today. Today I am going to hand over the check to you in your hand, but the date on the check will be 30 days from now, like 1 month from now. So that means that you can get this money or you can deposit this check and get the money in your bank account only after 30 days. But I'm giving you the check today. So you have the check, but you cannot get the money until after 30 days from now, if it's a 30 days PDC. If it's 60 days PDC, then again, I'll give you the check today, and after 2 months from now, you can go and deposit that check in the bank and get the money. So this is the difference between current dated check and post dated check. Both are checks, but this check is current dated, you can get the money immediately. This is a post dated, you can get the money in the future. So what is a collateral? A collateral is very important terminology when we talk about terms of payment. And collateral is something pledged as a security for repayment of a loan to be forfeited in the event of a default. So let's talk again, let's go back here to the advance payment. Let's say that I have awarded you a job of $100,000. You will do for me some service that will cost me $100,000. And we have agreed that I'm going to be paying you 10% in advance. So before you do anything, before you start the work, I'm just going to give you 10%. And then once you receive that advance payment, you will start the work. So now I am going to give you $10,000 without you doing anything. You haven't done anything yet. And still I'm giving you money. So what if you took this money and run away and I never see you again? So in that case, when I am going to give you a payment in advance or an advance payment, I need a collateral, which is something pledged as a security for this loan, because the advance payment is a loan. I am lending you money because until this moment that I am paying you the money, you have not done anything yet. But in some cases, you need an advance to purchase some materials that you will use in my projects or whatever. So you need an advance payment, and these are the terms that we have agreed, that I am going to be giving you 10% of the amount in advance, then the remaining 90% will be paid as a progress or whatever the terms of payment are. But in case of advance payment, a collateral will be required because I am giving you money and I didn't get any work or services or products from you yet. So I need something that guarantees that the payment that I am giving to you, you will not take it and run away. You will do with it something in my project. So what are the types of collateral that we have? We have a security check, like I can give you 10%, which is a 10,000 in the example that we have explained. And you will give me, again, is the 10,000 cash that I am giving you. You will give me a check of the same amount, which means that if you took this 10% and run away, I just can go to the bank and deposit your check and get my money back. So a security check is a type of guarantee in the form of undated check required by the buyer from the seller in case a payment is made in advance. So if I am giving you money and you didn't do anything yet, I'll say to you, okay, I agree to give you advance payment, but you have to give me a security check in return so that I can guarantee that I am giving you money and you are giving me a guarantee for it, so I have nothing to worry about. It means it's like I didn't do anything. I didn't give you money and you didn't give me a check. It's like I have my money and you don't have anything, and that's it. So that's why we can use a security check. But actually, what if I gave you a 10,000 and you have given me a security check and your bank account has zero balance? You don't have any money in the bank. So in that case, a security check will be useless, because if I give you 10,000 and you run away and I just go to your bank and I try to deposit this security check, I'll not find any money actually in that bank account, and I can just I don't know, fan my face with this security check or something. So in many of the cases, many companies are not accepting security checks as collateral, because the security check is still, it's a collateral, it's a guarantee for the payment that I am making to you in advance, but still it's a weak security. So what is a strong security? We have something else that is called bank guarantee. The bank guarantee is also a collateral, but the bank guarantee is type of financial backstop offered by the bank. The bank guarantee means that the lender will ensure that the liabilities of the debtor will be met. Why? Because what is a bank guarantee? It's a letter issued by your bank to me. And this letter, the bank is guaranteeing to me that he can give me the 10% that I gave to you in case of your failure. If you fail to meet whatever contractual terms we have agreed upon and you took this money and you run away, I will go to your bank with the bank guarantee and I will tell them, please, that guy that you have guaranteed did not perform the contractual obligations, and please, I want my money back. So your bank will give me the money, and actually in that case I don't care you have money or not, because it is not you who is guaranteeing to give me the 10% back by a security check. No, it's your bank is the one who is guaranteeing that in your failure he will give me the money back. So the bank guarantee is a very powerful document. So in case of, let's say, big advance payments, a bank guarantee will be very much acceptable by any employer, because it guarantees that the money paid in advance will not go as a waste, and it is there, and if you didn't perform, I can just use it, get my money back, and that's it. Okay, So here we have a sample of terms of payment. Let's say that I have placed a purchase order for you. When I want to buy something from you, first of all, I'll place a purchase order to you after we agree the price and the terms of payment and all these things. So I've just placed the purchase order, and the terms of payment that we have agreed in this example is 25% advance payment against a security check. So whatever I am going to buy from you, I'll give you 25% of this value in advance against a security check, and the remaining 75% will be paid upon delivery in 30 days PDC. So let me explain this first. What will happen, or what we have agreed, that now upon issuance of the purchase order, I'll give you a 25% advance payment, let's say in the form of CDC, current dated check. And as we said, the current dated check is a check that you will take it, and as soon as you hold the check in your hand, you will just go and deposit it. So I'll give you the 25% as a CDC, and you will give me a security check, which we discussed here, which is a weak collateral. But this is the terms that we have agreed, that I'm giving 25% and against a security check. So I am guaranteeing that you will not take the 25% and run away by this security check. And I'll not give you the advance payment unless you give me the security check. So it will be like a trade, give and take. Then after you do the delivery, when you deliver whatever product I require from you to the site, I'll pay you 75% in the form of 30 days PDC. So once the materials are delivered to the site, you will come to my office and I'll give you a check, and the date on this check will be 30 days from now. And we understand what is a PDC. It's a post-dated. It's a check that you will take today, but you cannot deposit it immediately. You have to wait for 30 days more until you can deposit the check in the bank and get actually this money. But here we have some conditions that check copy to be issued before delivery. So as a part of the terms of payment that we have agreed that I'm going to be giving you 25% advance against a security check, and you will not deliver because you will get 75% amount in the form of 30 days PDC only after you deliver the materials. But here you have put like a condition that you will not, even after receiving the advance, you will not supply the materials unless I give you a check copy. This check here, the 30 days PDC, the check, I'll prepare the check, which is 30 days from now, and I'll take a photocopy of that check and I'll send it to you by mail, so that you know that your remaining 75% payment is ready. All you have to do is to go and deliver the materials, then come to my office, collect your 30 days PDC check. So such a condition can be written and can be agreed for, as all these guys are the terms of payment. How are we going to be paying? How payments are going to be made? So 25% advance, again, is security check. Then you will not deliver. You will tell me, okay, please, the second check, which is 30 days PDC, which is 75% of the amount, please prepare that check and send me the check copy as a proof that the check is ready, and all I have to do is to just deliver the materials to the site, and after that you will come to the office and collect your check, which is already ready for you and waiting for you to deliver the materials. And there is one more thing here. When we made the advance payment, 25% advance payment against a security check, what will happen to this security check? Okay, you have delivered and I've given you the 30 days PDC check, but what about your check which you gave to me as a advance payment security? Here, security check to be released immediately after delivery. So we are also agreeing that after you deliver, you will come to the office and you will collect your 30 days PDC, post-dated check, plus you will also collect the security check that you have kept here to secure the 25% advance payment that I have made to you before you deliver. So this is just an example of a purchase order and the agreed terms of payment and how these monies will be paid. Now, there is one very important terminology here that I want to talk about, which is letter of credit. What is letter of credit? It's a letter issued by a bank to another bank, especially one in a different country, to serve as a guarantee for payments made to a specified person under specified conditions. Now, let's say that we are living, for example, in the Middle East, and we want to buy something from something, and we got prices from, let's say, United States, and we got prices from Europe, and we got prices from China, and we got prices from India. Now I have four quotations that I'll be comparing, and I'll choose whoever suits me in terms of specifications and the price and delivery time and all these selection criteria. I'll select one of them and I'll buy the materials from this particular supplier. Let's say we choose the Indian supplier. So in that case, what guarantees whatever the terms of payment that we agree with that supplier? It can be 25% advance, then 75% upon delivery. Okay, advance, I can pay him the advance before he ships these products or goods to my city. But what about the remaining 75%? What guarantees that I'll be paying the remaining 75% after he delivers the material, because he will ship it from India? So it's a long way, it's a hard process, it's a costly process. So he needs some kind of guarantee that really I'm going to be paying him the remaining amount after he ships the materials or the goods to me. So this is the case where a letter of credit will be very useful, because it will be a letter from my bank issued to his bank that the bank is guaranteeing that there is a credit between me and this guy, and I am going to be paying that guy upon delivery of these services, these products or materials. And if I didn't pay, they can use the letter of credit to get these money from my bank, because this letter is issued from my bank to their bank that to guarantee the payments will be made to a specified person under specified conditions. The specified conditions here will be that materials are delivered to me, and specified person is the seller, the supplier who is supplying these things from India. So this letter of credit will guarantee that payments will be made to him after he delivers the materials from India to whatever country in the Middle East, for example. This is just an example to explain to you guys the letter of credit. So here we have important terminologies, or actually, let's say, contractual terms related to payment that we need to be aware about. We have something called performance bond. If you see whatever we discussed so far, these things are all related to purchases. When you are selling something, so it is just a material or a product that I'll just buy from you and that's it. But in the cases where, like if you guys are working in construction and you want to award something as a supply and installation as well, so an installation part is included, then in that case, some performance bond should be there. And what is a performance bond? It's like a guarantee that you will actually perform the works that we have agreed that you will do. So what is a performance bond? It's a bond issued by the seller guaranteeing the fulfillment of a particular contract. So me as a buyer and you as a seller have agreed that you will do the painting works in my project, for example, in my building. And to guarantee that you will really do the painting works in my building successfully and you will hand over the works to me like in a very good condition as what we have agreed in the contract, then in that case, I'll ask you for a performance bond, which is a bond that will guarantee that you will perform. So a guarantee of performance during the project in the simplest way. And the performance bond can also be in the form of security check, or it can be in the form of bank guarantee. So you can give me a 10% security check of the contract value as a performance bond, or you can give me a bank guarantee as a performance bond. I just need some kind of guarantee that you will actually perform. So what is a DLP? DLP is defects liability period. And what is that? It's a set period of time after the construction of project has been completed, during which the contractor has the right and must return to the site to remedy any defects. So let's agree that, again, I have given you a painting job. Your job is to go and paint my project. And after you complete your works, there is a period in this period, you will be liable for the defects that will come. Any like problems or mistakes that you have done during your work and we have not seen it during the handing over time, but still you are liable for the works and you will not get the full contract value until this defect liability period is finished. But what is a defects liability period? It's a set period of time after the construction of the project has been completed. You have completed your works, during which the contractor has the right and must return to the site to remedy any defects. So this is the defect liability period, and usually it's like 12 months, let's say. After that, we have something else that is called retention. And what is a retention? A retention is an amount held back from a payment made under a construction contract. So for example, again, I've given you a contract that is $100,000 and you have, let's say, made 50,000 worth of works. I'll not be giving you the full 50,000 that you have really completed at site. No, I'll be retaining some of that money and it will be paid to you only after the end of the defects liability period, and we will see an example now, but just I am explaining the terminology. So an amount held back from a payment made under a construction contract, part of it can be released immediately after successful completion of works, and we will explain, and the remaining part should be released only after the DLP. So let's say again that I have given you 100,000 contract, whatever scope, painting, whatever, and then you will go and you will spend 3-4 months. You will be painting the project and doing all the activities and the obligations that you need to do as per your contract. And by the end of the works, when you finish everything, you should be receiving $100,000 because you have finished all the works. But no, if we have agreed that there will be a retention of 10%, so from each progress payment, what is a progress payment again? It's a partial payment made after the completion of a predefined stage of work. Like every month you will come and you will submit the invoice of the works that you have done, and I'll pay you this much, I'll pay you this invoice, but I'll deduct the retention because we have agreed, let's say 10% retention. So from each invoice that you will submit to me, I'll deduct 10%. So by the end of the works, when you finish all the works, instead of finishing $100,000 worth of work, you will be getting only $90,000 in your hand, and I still have $10,000 with me, and you deserve to take them. But as per our contract, they are to be retained with me, and let's say 5% of the 10%, which is $5,000, will be released immediately after the successful completion. So when you successfully complete the works, I'll give you 5,000, but the last 5,000 I'll keep it with me after the end of the defect liability period, and when the defect liability period is finished, I'll give you the final 5,000, and when you take it, you will be getting from me 100,000 total amount. So during the works you will get paid 90%, and upon successful completion you will get 5%, and after the DLP you will get the remaining 5%. So this is what we mean by retention. There is something also that we call the delay penalty, which is an amount of money or portion of the contract price to be paid to the owner by contractor when the contractor fails to fulfill an agreed completion or delivery date. So we can say that, for example, for each, the duration is 4 months, and for each 1 week that you will take more than the 4 months, I'm going to be deducting 1% of the contract value, which is a delay penalty. This is very straightforward. So let's have here another example or sample terms of payment, but in this time it's a terms of payment of supply and install contract. So the scope is, let's say, supply and installation of joinery works like kitchens, wardrobes, vanity cabinets, and so on. By the way, guys, if you like the video so far, this is the time that you subscribe, you like the video, you show us love, because we love you so much. And all this, what we are explaining here, is part of our procurement and construction management course. I'll leave the link down in the description in case you want to check it out. So again, sample terms of payment for supply and the installation works. We have here the scope, which is supply and the installation of joinery, kitchen cabinets, wardrobes, vanity cabinets, and all these things. And the terms of payment will be that 10% advance payment will be against security check. We will pay advance 10% of the value against a security check, and all other progress payments to be made in 30 days PDC. So, and the price, the total amount of this contract is $500,000. And usually there is a common misunderstanding about the terms of payment, because people will come to you and will say 10% advance against security check, then 10% upon approval of shop drawing, then let's say 50% upon supplying, then 30% upon installation at site. This is wrong, guys, because these percentages are the breakdown of this total price. So if I have a contract of 500,000, then I have 50,000 for the shop drawings, and I have 250,000 for supplying the materials, and I have 30% of this one for the installation, and then the remaining 50,000 will be paid upon final touch up and submission of warranties of the work. So these percentages are actually the breakdown of the 500,000. But now let's say that the duration is 2 months. So by the end of the first month, you will submit an invoice for whatever works that you have done here. Then by the end of the second month, again, you will submit another invoice, and that's it. You will be getting this full amount. But how the money will be paid when you submit your invoice after the end of the first month, and by the end of the second month, you will submit the invoice. How you will get the money? You will get the money in 30 days PDC, but there is a 10% of the contract value as a retention, and we have also here agreed 10% of total contract value in the form of bank guarantee, and we have explained that, so you know what is a retention, what is a performance bond, what is a bank guarantee, what is a PDC. You know all these things now. So let's go to the example here. I'm sorry, it's a little bit blurry, but it's okay. We can explain on it. So here I've just broken down the 500,000 as per these percentages. So I have here 4 items, let's say, or 4 scopes that you will be doing. And the first scope, which is 10%, here 50,000, then 50%, 250,000, then 30%, which is 150,000, then the touch-up, which is 10%, that is 50,000. So the breakdown of the 500,000 is 50, 250, 150, 50. So that's that. The total contract value is 500,000. But how this 500,000 will be paid? This is the question now. So first of all, we will be paying, as we defined here, 10% advance against security check. So I'll pay you 50% here, 10%, which is a 50,000, and it will be paid here. Then when you finish or when you complete the shop drawings is 50,000. So what will happen here? From the 50,000, I've given you an advance, and the advance payment has to be recovered because you are taking the advance. I am making a payment ahead of its normal time, because actually I should pay you for the shop drawings only after you make the shop drawings. I should pay for the supply of material only after you supply the material. I should pay for the installation only after you install. But we have agreed for 10% advance. So in the beginning, I am giving you 50,000, which is a 10% advance before you do anything. But I am guaranteeing this money via security check, as we discussed. So the start of the project will be me paying you 50,000. And after you finish the shop drawings, now this is a certified amount. Now when you finish the shop drawings, you really deserve 50,000 because you have finished this item, which is costing 50,000. So I should pay you 50,000 after you finish the shop drawing. But I have paid you already 50,000 in the beginning. So I need to recover part of the money that I have paid you as advance. So now when you finish this item, you are getting only 45,000. Why? Because you deserve 50,000, but I have an advance of 50,000. So I'm going to be recovering 10% because the advance value is 10% of the contract value. So from each payment or from each milestone or from each invoice that you submit to me, I'll deduct 10% as a recovery of advance payment. This is how I recover the 50,000 that I have paid to you in the beginning. So advance is 50,000 here. So I'll just take 10% of this 50,000. So that's 5,000. So 50,000 minus 5,000, that's 45,000. So until that moment, I'll pay you 45. But the thing is, I have paid you already 50 before. So 50 plus 45, that means that you have money with you 95,000, and you have finished works for me for 50,000 only. So now the retention, this is the retention that we talked, that from each payment that I make to you, I'll deduct 10%, because the 10% we said, what is the retention, which a portion of the retention will be released upon successful completion, and the remaining portion will be released only after completion of work. So because there is a 10% retention, you have completed 50,000 worth of works. So I'm going to be retaining 10% from the 50,000. So I'll retain 5,000. So that means that you have 95,000 minus 5,000. So that means that you have 90. So, and I have paid you previously 50. So I'll remove whatever I paid previously. Then you deserve this payment. You deserve to get paid 40,000. Why? Because you have finished worth of works 50,000, and from your 50,000 that you have completed, I'll remove 10% to recover part of the advance payment that I have made to you in the beginning, and I'll remove another 10% from your certified amount as a retention. So I am paying you 50 minus 5 recovery minus another 5 retention. So I'll pay you 40,000. So that means that you got in the beginning 50,000 and you will get now 40,000. So that means that you have with you until this moment 90,000. Good. After that, you will go and you will supply the materials. So you have supplied the materials. That means that you deserve that I pay you another 250,000. Okay, very good. So now, from what I have paid you until this moment, I have paid you the 50, okay, or I have certified this, and because there are conditions, there are terms which are the recovery and the retention, you have finished the 50 and I have paid you 40. But the work that you have done so far, what is the earned value? The earned value is 50,000. And you have finished, you have supplied the materials, so you have finished a 250,000 worth of works. So that means that until this moment, you have completed these two scopes, which equal to 300,000. Okay, very good. So from 300,000, I need to recover 10% as a recovery for the advance payment. So that's 30,000. And I need to recover another 10% as a retention. So from the 300,000 that you should be getting now, I should remove 30 and 30. So that's 60. So I should be paying you 240,000. But the funny part is that I have already paid you 40,000 before. So I'll remove whatever I paid before. So I should pay you only 200,000. Again, because this is confusing part now. You have finished this scope, which is 50,000, and you have finished this scope, which is 250,000. So you have finished 300,000 worth of works. Okay. So the 300,000 that you have finished as per our contract, I'll not just go and give you a 300,000. No, there is a recovery of the advance because I have paid you some money in advance before you do anything, which I have to recover in each payment certificate that you will submit, each payment application. And there is also retention. I'll be retaining from all the works that you will do. I'll retain 10% until the end of the project. So by the moment you finish 300,000 worth of works, I need to recover 10% for advance payment. So I need to deduct from the works that you have done. This is called work done. The work done until this moment is 300,000. I need to remove 10% from the work done, and why? As a recovery for the advance. And I also need to retain 10% from the work done. I'll not pay you the full work done. No, there is a retention. So I am deducting from the 300,000 work done, I am deducting 30 recovery and another 30 retention. So 300 minus 60,000, that's 240,000. I should be giving you after your work done is 300,000, I should give you 240,000. But in the previous payment, I've already given you 40. So 240 minus 40, then that means that the money that I should pay this payment is 200,000 only. So I'll go ahead and give you 200,000. So until this moment, you understand that you took 50 and you took 40 and you took 200. These are the monies that you have received from me so far. Okay. Then when you finish the installation, you finished another 150 here. So your total work done is 450. So remove 45 recovery and remove 45 retention. Then you are removing 90. So 450 minus 90, that's about 460. And I have paid you until that moment 290. So the balance is 120. This will be paid to you. And by the end of the touch-up, the same will happen. So by the end of the project, you will be getting the 50, 40, 200, 120, then 40. Then you have completed everything. So you should be getting 500,000 as money in your hand. But no, you are getting only 450. Why? Because I still have 50 with me, which is the retention. So by the completion of works, now I have 50. Half of that I can release immediately after successful completion of work, and the remaining 25,000 or the remaining 5% will be released only after the DLP. That's why here. And yeah, there is very important point. All these payments here, when I have certified 40,000 and I am paying them to you, it says here all payments to be made in 30 days. So yes, I agree that you deserve 40,000. I'll give you the check, but the check will be 30 days from now because this is the term that we have agreed. So if you guys like this video, please don't forget to like, subscribe, share, turn on notification. Love us, show us love, guys, because we love you so much as usual, and we need your support to support this content and produce more similar works. And I hope you enjoyed this video, and wait us in the next video. See you and stay safe. Bye bye.